Boxing fans, have you ever wondered why we don't have a specific source on YouTube that you could go to that runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and give you up-to-date boxing news plus the current boxing odds? Well, my team and I behind the scenes over the last few months have been working hard to bring this product to you. It's a brand new 24/7 live stream channel called Boxing News Now. They are sponsoring this video. Go to their YouTube channel right now and become part of YouTube's first ever 24/7 boxing only live stream. What's up, fight fans? Welcome to my channel. This is Johnny, and in today's video we're going to be going over the statistics that nobody talks about when mentioning this weekend's undisputed world title fight at 122 pounds taking place in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia between the king, Naoya Inoue, and the challenger, David Alan Picasso. Guys, before I continue, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to everybody who's been with me since day one. If you haven't already, could you please remember to hit subscribe? Could you also like this video? Hit the notification button on my channel so you never miss one of my world famous daily professional betting live streams. Also, guys, we launched our new Patreon. The Patreon link is pinned in the comment section below. It's a couple bucks a month. You get access to our private VIP betting Discord. Also, become a member on our YouTube channel. That link is pinned as well, a couple bucks a month. Whichever one you choose, you gain access to our Discord. The Discord is a growing community. We launched it a couple months ago. We are at around 340 VIPs in that Discord. Click the link to find out more. All right, guys, this is a Christmas present for all boxing fans. What a great way to end the year. This card is totally stacked. All week, we will be covering the major fights on this card, but in this video, we're going to be talking about the big one, the monster, Naoya Inoue, taking on David Alan Picasso. This fight is at 122 pounds. We know both guys are undefeated. David Alan Picasso, we last saw him in July beating Kameda via decision. This is an undefeated Mexican fighter. He's young, he's motivated, he's hungry, he's stepping in the ring feeling that he's more than prepared to dethrone the king of the lighter divisions, Naoya Inoue. Inoue is a guy who prides himself on activity. This will be his fourth fight of the calendar year. We last saw him decision MJ in a very interesting matchup. MJ is a guy who was coming into the fight with a lot of people saying this was going to be the guy to beat Inoue. He chose to fight him in a certain specific way. Definitely not the way that Ramon Cardenas fought him, and it went the distance. Make what you will about that decision. Naoya Inoue is a guy who wants to stand and trade with you. He's known for his explosivity, his timing, his counters, and his power. And he's also known as a guy that can be hit, can be knocked down, but then also has shown that he will pick himself up, get off the canvas, and then knock you out. So in this video, what we're going to do is take a look at both fighters' careers. We're going to talk a little bit about how they go about their business. And like always, stay tuned to the end of the video. That's where I'll be going over the current Las Vegas odds, and I'll be giving you my prediction and telling you where to put your money. David Alan Picasso is a guy who's going to come into fight night, the younger guy, the longer guy, and the taller guy. When I look at his offensive arsenal, if he fights at range, he's going to have a chance in this fight. If he uses his jab properly, he's going to have a chance in this fight. You'd have to think that him and his handlers, this is a lifelong boxer. This is a kid who started boxing at 7 years old. So you know his fight IQ is going to be on point. You know they've watched tape on Naoya Inoue, similar tape that Cardenas did, meaning that after Cardenas got knocked out against Naoya Inoue, people were asking him about, did you study that hook? Did you know that it was going to be there for you? And Cardenas said, yeah, I watched all the tape. I saw the hook Luis Nery landed, and I knew that if I could get inside and I could time that, I could land it, and he had the power enough to drop him. Now, he didn't win that fight. He ended up getting stopped. But my point is, you got to think that Picasso has done his film study. Will he take those same risks that Cardenas took, that Nery took against Inoue? Who knows? The thing is, I feel his jab is good enough to stay on the outside to bait Inoue to come in and catch Inoue at the end of his punches. Picasso has power, but not Naoya Inoue power. He has the length advantage. I think he's going to be able to do what he wants to do for the time at range. And the biggest question is, will he be able to frustrate Inoue? Will he be able to get Inoue's respect, and will he be able to win rounds and catch him clean? All of these questions will be answered on fight night. Naoya Inoue is a guy who doesn't care about any of that. He comes and shows up. He's a consummate professional. He fights with that Japanese spirit, that Japanese pride, and he's fearless. He's not the youngest guy in the world anymore. He's in his early 30s now, and we always talk about in these lower weight classes, the first thing to go is usually the things that make them great. Speed, reflexes. But with Inoue, it's actually his power. So the older you get as a fighter, the power stays. And I should also mention, let's not get it twisted, we know why this card is taking place. We know who the co-honors go to. Junto Nakatani is on this card fighting Sebastian Hernandez. We know about the potential mega fight, Japan mega fight, the divisions mega fight between Junto and Inoue. Junto has moved up for this fight, so he's fighting Hernandez at 122. So this is why this card has taken place. David Allen Picasso for the matchmakers is just another young, undefeated, hungry fighter who's supposed to do what he's supposed to do, and that's going against Inoue and lose. Only time will tell. Right now, let's take a closer look at the undefeated Mexican and see what he's been up to in his career. David Picasso is 32-0 with 1 draw. Of his 32 wins, 17 of them come by way of knockout. Out of 1,458 fighters in the world at super bantamweight, he's ranked number 2. His adoring fans know him as El Rey, and he's fought a career total of 185 pro rounds. He carries into the ring a 53% career knockout to win ratio, and the Mexican is a 25-year-old 5'8" orthodox fighter with a 70-inch reach. He was born in Nocopan, Mexico, but calls Cuauhtémoc, Colima, Mexico, home. We last saw him fight Kameda, 15-4, won a majority decision in the 10th. Coelho, 13-2, stopped him in the 3rd. Ruiz, 24-9, won a UD in the 8th. Havanasan, 21-4, won a UD in the 12th. When you think about Picasso, you think about his youth, you think about his range, you think about his height, and his undefeated record. The thing about him at 25 years old that if he wasn't as young as he was, could be an issue. He hasn't been that active. This will only be his 2nd fight of the year. He's also coming off a really close decision win against Kameda. Rewatched the fight. It was close, majority decision, kept his undefeated record intact, and now he gets this fight. I want to see him fight at range. I want to see him use his jab. I want to see if he can make the adjustments that MJ wasn't able to do. MJ chose to use the entire ring and not really fight Inoue. He chose to survive the distance. That's why it went the distance. The difference with Picasso is that he'll be longer. I think he has the better jab. He could use the ring, but use the jab to frustrate Inoue into making mistakes. And then we'll get to see the fight within the fight to see if Picasso is really at this world level to counter Inoue when those aforementioned mistakes happen. If they do, we'll see. Right now, let's take a closer look at the monster and see what he's been up to in his career. All right, guys, Inoue's 31-0. Of his 31 wins, 27 of them come by way of knockout. He is the #1 ranked fighter in the world at super bantamweight. He's fought a career total of 193 pro rounds and carries in the ring an 87% career knockout to win ratio. He is the undisputed world champion at super bantamweight. His adoring fans know him as the monster, and the 32-year-old Japanese fighter is a 5'5" orthodox fighter with a 67-inch reach. He was born in Zama, Kanagawa, Japan, and calls Yokohama, Kanagawa, Japan home. We last saw him fight MJ, 14-1, won a UD in the 12th. Ramon Cardenas, 26-1, stopped him in the 8th. Kim, 21-2, stopped him in the 4th. TJ Dahani, 26-4, stopped him in the 7th. Louis Neary, 35-1, stopped him in the 6th. This guy is a knockout artist. This guy is mean. This guy is proud. He takes risks, and he is a fan-friendly firefighter. You gotta love Naoya Inoue. Not a lot to knock about him. If anything, the draw on him would be that he's too brave. But coming from a guy like myself, I do not think that that is a knock. I think that is another feather in this guy's hat. He takes risks at times that he doesn't have to, and he always wants to get it back. His power is unmatched, especially in these weight classes, and I feel they are on a collision course to meet him and Nakatani. I think Picasso will be competitive. I think he'll challenge Inoue in areas that he hasn't been challenged more recently. I think the X factor will be the power and the ring generalship and the world title experience. When you look at the over 30 pro fights of Naoya Inoue, almost 90% of his total fights have been world title fights. So you got to speak about that experience as well. Will it be too much too soon for David Allen Picasso? I think it will. Before I give you my official prediction, I want to remind everybody that I do live streams every single day. In those live streams, that's where we go over our long parlays for all the fights. We talk about not just boxing, we talk about MMA, the NFL, NBA, all the sports that we feature in our Discord. We go over our props, method of victories. In these Stats Don't Lie videos, like the one you're watching, you're only going to get my money line prediction. All right, guys, wherever you are in the world, let's pull out our betting apps. Let's take a look at the money line odds as they stand right now. Currently on the money line, Inoue is a huge favorite, $1.03. 100 on him gets your money back plus $3. Picasso is a 16-1 dog, meaning 100 on him gets your money back plus $1,600. Those odds are awful, especially if you're betting on Naoya Inoue. So this is going to be one of those fights where we're going to be put in a position to have to get fancy, have to get sexy with our props. We're going to talk about over and unders. I do want to mention what you guys are looking at the screen right now. I put a poll up on my Instagram. If you guys aren't following me there, go to Instagram, Johnny Stavko, my name. Just say, hey, Johnny, I watch you on YouTube. I will follow you back. I asked the boys. There's about 42,000 people who follow me there. About 2,000 voted, so just so you know, that's the sample size of this poll. Make what you will about this. I asked everybody, method of victory, how do you guys see this one going? 67% of people picked Inoue to win by knockout. I think that's pretty fair. Another smaller percentage picked Inoue to win on points. I think it's going to be business as usual. I think at the end of the fight, we're going to see Naoya Inoue's hand raised. In the comment section below, this is not an echo chamber. Let me know if you guys agree with me, or maybe you see something that I don't in the film study. When the fight ends, are we going to hear "and still" for Inoue or "and new" for Picasso? Also, guys, stay tuned to the channel. We got a lot of work to do. That Junto Nakatani fight and feature is coming up next, so stay tuned.